Please subscribe.
The 2020 Mitsu Outlander is extraordinary incentive close to the base of the range, so decide on the same model as it presently incorporates standard dynamic security tech. The 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander offers highlights and worth that make it focus with other family hybrid SUVs, however in a general bundle that is maturing and grungy. We give it 5.8 out of 10 generally speaking. For 2020, the Outlander gets another special edition, SP, trim that sits among La and Cell models and includes dark styling pieces the outside. Another all-wheel drive framework with yaw control is standard over the range as well, and dynamic security hardware like programmed crisis braking now goes ahead practically all models. There are additionally some element changes, for example, the option of intensity driver lumbar help, and a subsequent backseat USB charging port. The Outlander wears crisp styling on a node stage, utilizing Mitsubishi's currently trademark grille and enormous chrome accents to cut an increasingly present-day look. All models come standard with attractive dark and silver 18-inch wheels, making it stand apart over deal-looking contenders. The inside isn't as future-confronting, with the forgettable all-dark look that does at any rate include a lot of handles and fastens in a driver-driven plan. A 2.4-liter inline-4 comes standard with 166 pull and a constantly factor transmission, CVT, however it's insufficient to move a vehicle of this size with any desperation. A 3.0-liter V6 is incorporated with the GT trim, and with 224 horsepower it is altogether punchier than the inline-4, yet feels exhausted under overwhelming increasing speed. Front-wheel drive is standard while all-wheel drive is accessible over the range. A module crossbreed model is accessible as well, with 22 miles of all-electric extent and a genuine lift-in efficiency. Mileage for the non-half-breed variant is around 26 miles per gallon joined for the 4-chamber model. The Outlander is marginally bigger than contenders like the Nissan Rogue and highlights a third push seat as standard, making seating for 7 inhabitants conceivable however not especially agreeable. Material quality is underneath normal, be that as it may. Both the NSA and IOS give the Outlander great well-being scores, however the front-wheel drive edition gets one less star generally than the all-wheel drive form, an inquisitive error that we haven't seen numerous different spots. With extended standard dynamic well-being highlights this year for more trims, the Outlander is probably going to proceed with the solid security record that earned it the top safety pick grant from the IOS in 2019. The 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander looks more present-day than it is underneath however is busier to take a gander at than it is beautiful. With a dated and dull inside, we give it 5 out of 10 for styling in general. Wearing the brand's presently trademark grille, the Outlander is occupied from the front, with loads of chrome and character lines on most trims. It's best saw from the side, where the regular SUV shape is smooth and unadorned. We like the wide taillights as well, however could manage without significantly more chrome on the rear end. While the Lodge is superior to in past model years, it feels matured contrasted with the outside, and includes all-dark trim that doesn't hold up to nearer investigation. Numerous drivers would pardon for confusing the Outlander with a more seasoned vehicle from in the driver's seat. The 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander highlights 2 disappointing gas motor alternatives however offers a great module half-breed. We give it 5 out of 10 here, subtracting 1 for its gas powertrains and granting 1 for its ride and dealing with. Most Outlanders come standard with the 2.4-liter inline-4 that makes 166 pull and 162 pound-feet of torque. In the event that doesn't seem like a great deal of snort, it's most certainly not. The frail motor is to a great extent lacking to move the 3,500 pound in addition to Outlander with any dearness, and the standard front-wheel drive and ceaselessly factor transmission, CVT, don't help much either. All-wheel drive is accessible on all models. It's another, progressively refined framework with the capacity to move control around to help footing in corners. Top-level GT models get a 3.0-liter V6 as standard with an improved 224 horsepower and 215 pounds-feet, yet notwithstanding the additional power, the V6 still feels drowsy contrasted with contenders. It offers great mileage for having 2 additional chambers, be that as it may. A modular half-and-half model is remarkable among its aggressive set and highlights 22 miles of electric just run on a full charge, also a genuine lift to mileage. Regardless of the lazy powertrain alternatives, the Outlander has sensibly sharp and exact taking care of, just as an agreeable ride for longer removes and more unpleasant streets. The 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander is pragmatic and agreeable yet comes up short on the fit and finish of opponents. We give it 7 out of 10 for solace and quality. For those looking for seating for 7 without venturing up to a medium-sized or enormous hybrid SUV, the Outlander is in a class of not very many. The third push seat is appropriate for youngsters as a rule, however the remainder of the Outlander's seats are bound to be agreeable for grown-ups in both the front and center columns. Freight space is praiseworthy also because of a tall roofline that opposes the impulse to incline like such huge numbers of others, and however just 10.3 cubic feet are accessible behind the third line, that figure develops to 34.2 and 63.3 shapes with a third and second columns collapsed level, separately. Material quality is beneath normal, be that as it may, with hard and dainty plastics that don't breeze through the thumb assessment just as adversaries, and the piano dark trim gathers fingerprints like the FBI. The 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander has a generally positive however confounded security record that is improved for this present year with the expansion of standard dynamic well-being tech on most trims. That warrants 7 out of 10 here. A year ago, the Outlander earned a top safety pick grant from the US for generally great crash test scores short the crummy front light appraisals for all trims. The NHTSA gives the 2020 model 4 stars generally for the front-wheel drive model for reasons unknown, yet 5 stars for AWD-prepared Outlanders. In spite of the fact that solitary accessible as a choice on higher trims in earlier years, Mitsubishi has included programmed crisis braking with passerby recognition, path flight alerts, and programmed high-pillar headlights as standard on the SE trim and up, which means each model yet the base S. That is a shrewd move in our book, and makes less expensive Outlanders a far and away superior incentive for 2020. The 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander is a worth-situated hybrid SUV alternative that is best in lower trim structures. With extended dynamic well-being tech this year, we give it 6 out of 10 for highlights. Stranger models incorporate S, SE, LA, and other SP, Special Edition, SEL, and GT trims, which extend from around $25,000 to over $34,000. We state spend as meager as would be prudent while as yet getting a lot of highlights, which is best cultivated by picking the SE AWD model since it incorporates standard dynamic well-being highlights. As included, S models get 3 columns of seats, a 7.0-inch touchscreen infotainment framework with Bluetooth telephone and sound, fabric upholstery, and 18-inch composite wheels among different highlights. That is fine and dandy, however the same model includes Apple CarPlay and Android Auto usefulness to the infotainment framework, keyless start, warmed front seats, and accessible all-wheel drive for just $1,000 more. Same models or more presently highlight dynamic well-being highlights like programmed crisis braking and programmed high-bar headlights as standard as well, making it a far better arrangement. Coming forward to the LE model includes a power sunroof, dark compound wheels, and a dark main event and columns, while the new SP alternative incorporates passed-out outside subtleties for a sleeker look. The SEL model incorporates cowhide upholstery, controlled collapsing side mirrors, and a remote power rear end among other power highlights, and the top-level GT model gets everything in the book, including standard all-wheel drive and V6 power, just as a multi-C camera framework and premium sound. For over $34,000 in with no reservations in any case, The GT's no deal. Lower trim vehicles are a superior arrangement notwithstanding the GT's knock-in control. The 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander compensates for its absence of intensity with conventional efficiency for a vehicle this size. For 2020, front-wheel drive 4-chamber Outlanders get 25 miles per gallon city, 30 thruway, 27 consolidated, while all-wheel drive drops those figures somewhat to 24/29/26 mile per gallon. The V6 GT oversees 20/27/22 mile per gallon with its standard all-wheel drive. The module crossover has been evaluated with the 70 Forbes rating and 22 every single electric mile on a full charge. Its gas mileage is only 25 miles per gallon without battery help.